What is up, YouTube? So today we're looking at a little bit of simple music theory. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of tips for creating simple melodies for your electronic music tracks. So far I've got this drum beat and some effect splash sound layered over the top of it. This is a full track. What I've done is I've just pulled the bass and the synths out so I can show you an example of some tips that I go through when I'm writing melodies. So let's have a listen to the drum beat that we have so far. Very simple, but it'll work perfectly for this example that I want to show you guys. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to load a preset that I've made. If you like the sound, you can head over to my online store and purchase the bank. I'll post a link in the card in the top right corner of your screen. So the idea is we just want to draw in our little MIDI clips. So let's just start with a simple 8, I think that's an 8 bar at the moment. Let's just duplicate that in. So when you hold Alt Shift and duplicate, what it does is it creates the working copy. So when you edit one of them, the edit is duplicated across all of them. So that's a very handy tip. I use that all the time. So the idea is what we want to do is we want to lay out all the notes in our scale, and generally speaking, I mean, I would probably say like 80% of the sort of more underground electronic style music is in minor chords. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to go with minor, but you can pretty much choose any scale that you want. So what I'm going to do is let's just lay out some nice big visible notes over here. So I'm going to lay out all the notes in the C minor scale. If you don't know the scale, that's okay. You can just copy it over. So it's, let's call this 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, and then it starts again, 12 or 0. So what I'm going to do is let's just span this over a couple of octaves, just to make things easier when we're programming our melody in. Then what we want to do is we can either mute all of these notes, and the hotkey for that, I believe, in Cubase is number 7. So you can just go like that and you can mute them. But what I like to do is I like to move them out of the clip to the left-hand side over here and just click move anyway. Because then they're always visible, but they're not going to get in your way. You're not going to edit them or anything like that. And then what I do is I just randomly place notes in, and I make sure that those notes correspond to notes that are in the scale. So I'm just going to play the loop through while I punch in some random notes from the scale. Cool, that sounds awesome. The problem now is that this melody is in C minor, and originally I did not write this track in C minor. I believe this track was written in D sharp minor. So what we can do now is we can either highlight everything and shift it into D minor, because the scales will correlate, doesn't matter what you transpose them to. Or you can follow the method which I outlined in my video, which I'll post again in the card in the top right corner, which shows how to transpose it here using this MIDI modifiers on the Cubase MIDI channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transpose it by +3, which should be the same formula. So let's just listen to that, and then I'll start introducing like the bass and stuff from the original version of this track and just see how it fits together. Quick and easy, awesome little trick for making pretty simple but pretty effective melodies for your music. Let me know in the comments if that helped you guys out. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want the sound that I used plus more, check out my Shopify. I've got a whole bunch of sound banks there for you to check out. Check out my Patreon to support me. See you guys next time.